So this right there, that is my new host home. So in October it was time to travel from the west side of the Isle of Lewis to the east side and explore a different area. More specific, Leurbost, directly at Loch Leurbost. And I spent October with my hosts Liz and Brandon in their beautiful croft home. And I've known them for over 1.5 years now, but I've never spent more than a couple of days at a time with them. So this time around I was invited for the whole month of October, and I can't even begin to describe the warmth, the beauty, and the love for detail in their wonderful home. It was simply amazing. They planted 1,000 trees or even more, and the location was beautiful, and we had so much good food. Like, everyone that was there loved to cook, so we had a variety of different vegan dishes. It was just wonderful. Apart from Liz and Brandon, Marjorie and I got to know Caitlin, who is also woofing during October at Liz and Brandon's, and the lab Meg. She's an elderly woman like Marjorie, and the very young and very energetic Snoopy. A taste of what's to come. Good morning. So this glorious day we're gonna look after the flower and vegetable beds. So we're gonna kind of prepare them for winter. We are gathering seaweed at the moment down by the loch, by the shore, and bring it up. Then we prepare with some weeding and loosening up the soil, and then there's gonna be a very thick layer of seaweed on top of the beds, covered with cardboard to attract the worms, and then we're gonna cover it up with plastic over the whole of the winter, so that in the spring we're gonna have a high quality soil to put vegetables and flowers in. So yeah, I like gathering seaweed. It's nice working by the shore, so let's do that. So all of this will be done today, right, Snoops? Yeah? All right. As sure as the sun sets in the west, During all of my 3 weeks in Leurbost, we had per week 1 or 2 days where we couldn't work outside due to extremely strong rain and heavy winds, like gusts up to I think 70 miles per hour. So we would retreat into the safety and coziness of Liz's wonderful, flourishing, lush polytunnel, where it seemed that summer still wasn't over, with flowers still blooming and even courgettes and tomatoes growing. And we would do prep work there as well, like prepare the beds for the winter, put some seaweed in, new compost soil, and plant some winter crops, mainly leeks and some lettuce as well. So, while I was editing this vlog, I realized that one of the most important jobs we did on Leurbost was fence building, but I did not one single video where I was explaining what we were doing. I just filmed the process for you guys to see what it is all about, but I didn't talk. First of all, fencing is really one of the hardest jobs. I don't really like it. Like, it sort of you need to have the mindset of patience and perseverance, and those two are not my most established qualities, I'd say. So it really was a life lesson to just like dig in inch after inch after inch and just stay positive. But due to COVID, the deer population just exploded, and whereas normally the deer are on the west side of the Isle, they came now over to the east side because there's so many of them. So deer love trees. Since Liz and Brandon have like more than, I don't know, 1,000 trees or more, they decided to make a deer fence. So it's nearly 2 meters high, I think. And what you will see is that first you basically get rid of the very soft first part of the earth, and then like dig your way through the roots and the soft soil, and then once you get deeper you need to have like a metal pole to like loosen the earth up so that you can dig it out. So it took quite a while, like hours, I'd say 3 hours for a hole, depending. Sometimes there were like huge stones in there and you had to like dig the hole even bigger to get the stone out in order for you to be able to continue. When you have finally reached the depth you need, you then are able to put the pole in, and then through all the soil you dug out back into the hole, and then really make it firm so that the pole doesn't move, because you have to get the pole at a perfect angle. And then afterwards you put some gravel on there, so you have to transport the gravel from where the gravel is stored to the pole, put that on top, and then wire fence comes up last, which we didn't do. We just finished the poles. It is just the most challenging of jobs, and whenever someone at a farm is like, we'll do fencing, I'm like, yay, and inside I'm dying. No, it's just a joke. but it's not one of my favorite things to do. But I'm pretty proud when I finish a hole and when I see like the pole in there, and when I know that I contributed to like a such long lasting fence. On an honest note, October has been challenging in a lot of ways. Usually I stay or try to stay in the present moment and flow with whatever comes. And this month really shook me up. I struggled with my eating disorder and keeping a healthy balance between what my body really needs during the weeks of hard manual labor and the amount of breaks in food and sweets that I was given to me all day, every day. And saying no. Saying no is hard if you have been a sugar addict for as long as you can remember. Saying no is even harder when the social component of getting together and sharing a meal is a crucial part in everyday life that keeps the moral up and the mood in high spirits. And saying no is even harder when you really do like the people that offer it continuously to you out of their appreciation for your hard work and innate emotional generosity. I also struggled with my personal life. Developing connections is something I live for. When it comes to romantic relations, though, it upsets me deeply. A lot of reflection had to be done to really sort out the impulsive reactions and the turmoil these reactions caused for me. I realized that even though some part of me longed for a next level soulmate type of partnership, an even bigger part demanded clarity on how a new relationship should look like. I'm a whole new person, and this whole new person with a whole new sense of self has no idea how she can simultaneously maintain her freedom and her love for travel and adventure while also falling for someone and wanting to be around them all the time. This whole new me has never been in a relationship, and middle ground has never been any forte of mine. I always have been a black and white kind of person. Nonetheless, I am exhilarated on what I have accomplished during October. The work on the farm, the inner work on self growth, the reflections, and the healing born out of it, and of course the hikes. One must do was Seals Bay. Caitlin had told me about Seals Bay as she had visited via the loch in a kayak. So one fine day I set out in the pointed direction and actually was a little underwhelmed to find no seals there. The scenery, the landscape, the wildlife, and the physical exercise, though, were worth it 100 times over. And I found joy being outside with Marjorie. Out of that Seals Bay adventure was born the idea to walk to the very tip of the Isle of Lewis on the east side, to see my beloved ocean, its vastness and its glory, and feel pure, infinite freedom again.
So hard to see from the moment we arrived. Cornelia, you are one who will survive. When time's been bad, you put smiles on everyone. Think of you and of all I should have done. You told me the thing would shape or form.
Do you want a snack? All right, here you go, snack.
Don't you agree? With beating hearts, we're still alive.
Alright, we're nearly there. One more up. And then just all the way back. But we're not gonna think about that now. We're gonna think about the ocean. And we're going to do this. Alright, let's go.